Believing in things and having faith is a wonderful feeling. But what if you just don't believe? What if you just can't bring yourself to believe? What if the words I believe feel empty to you? What if the odds just seem overwhelming from where you currently stand? Here's the thing. It doesn't matter because you manifest things you don't believe in all the time simply by virtue of your desire to be entertained, by virtue, in other words, of being a thinking, feeling being with individual preferences. Having preferences makes you a fun-loving spirit, a happy soul when you aren't not being fun-loving and happy at least. Sometimes you entertain yourself by thinking about wonderful things, and sometimes you entertain yourself by thinking about terrible things. Sometimes you are a fun-loving spirit, and sometimes you are a fear-mongering one. As the thinking, feeling, desiring being that you are, you manifest things you don't even believe in. Like when you read a work of fiction. Reading and following a story of any kind, if you really think about it, is basically you reading some words on a page and then enjoying a vivid hallucination, immersing yourself in the world of that story. All stories are made up, not just by the author, but by the receiver and interpreter of the message as well, the message of the story. That's why millions of people can read the same book and get something different out of it. It's why some people cite scripture as the basis for unconditional love, while others cite scripture to incite violence. Even you clicking on this video and listening to me speaking words is you manifesting. It's all you. You may think, well, you, the creator of the video, made the video first, and that's not untrue. It is equally true, however, that for the vast majority of people who never come across this video, I simply do not exist. I am not even a figment of their imagination. They have no awareness of me. For all they know, I am not here. I know I exist as a figment of my own imagination, but that isn't the point. The point is that existence, the presence or absence of things, is an illusion. What gives rise to this illusion and makes it possible to begin with is awareness, consciousness, and that is what you are. You are not the physical stuff your body is made up of. You are who you are because you are alive. Flesh and blood and bones are not what give you life. If that were true, cadavers wouldn't be cadavers. Corpses wouldn't rot. Your body is the physical manifestation of your consciousness. You are consciousness. Consciousness manifests in human form. You do not have to believe in order to manifest your desires. Manifestation is inevitable because you exist. In a sense, to desire is to believe, or at least not to disbelieve. This is your reminder that for your desire to manifest, no action is required. Nothing is required. Take the requirement out of everything. Instead of being in a mood of requiring, of needing, of being obligated, of having to do things, feel around for the mood of fulfillment, satisfaction, and adequacy of supply, of abundance, in other words. Or think of it like this. You know the room of requirement from Harry Potter? It has everything you need in it, right? You are in the room of requirement currently at the present moment. Now, this life, what you're currently living, this is it. Everything you require is here now already. Everything you require and more. Everything you require and things you do not even require. Things like absence and shortage and obstacles and even time are all illusions. And speaking of time, there is no better time than now. There is no better time than right now to feel the bliss of realizing that your desires are fulfilled because it is always now. The past and the future do not exist other than in your awareness of them in the now. You can enjoy and appreciate your now, or you can curse it for not being what you think it ought to be. It's a choice. Alignment is a practice of staying in the mood of joyful appreciation. Enlightenment and self-mastery are not a level that you unlock and then never have to concern yourself with ever again. Enlightenment is a practice, the practice of keeping up with your highest, most joyful self. And it is something you get to enjoy, not something you have to do. It is not an assignment. It is not homework. It is not a punishment. It is a pleasure, a joy, a pastime. It is something fun and enjoyable. It all depends on your perspective in the present moment. It all depends on you. You have the power to feel fulfilled now, as well as when you receive the physical manifestation of your heart's desires. Stay inspired, stay curious, stay happy.